Good morning. This morning I woke up just feeling quite heavy-hearted and quite disappointed about a situation I've been really believing God for, and hasn't seemed to have shifted yet. And I just like, God, give me something, give me some fresh bread today. What do you want to say about my situation? And I thought I'd just highlight the Lazarus and the story of Lazarus. So I just want to read this, and the Holy Spirit will bring things out which will speak to you as He spoke to me this morning. So it is in John 11, starting from verse 1. It says, "Now a certain man was sick, Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary who anointed the Lord with fragrant oil and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore the sisters went to him, saying, 'Lord, behold, he whom you love is sick.'" They already knew how much Jesus loved Lazarus, and they already knew that. And when Jesus heard that, he said, "This sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it." This is a theme which God has been highlighting to me recently, about His glory, that we go through things for His glory, that it all brings glory to His name, that we are called to triumph through the trials. We are called to take the riches of Egypt with us in the trials, that we go through stronger and better than we were before, and it's all for His glory, to bring glory to His name. That the Son of God may be glorified through it. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister Lazarus. So we know how much that Jesus loved this family so much. And when He heard that Lazarus was sick, He stayed 2 more days in the place where he was. And in the natural we think, Jesus, don't you care? Don't you care what's going on? Why aren't you quickly getting over there for someone you love? You're right there straight away. In the natural, we could think that. Then after this, He said to His disciples, "Let us go to Judea again." And the disciples said to Him, "Rabbi, lately the Jews sought to stone you, and you're going there again?" And Jesus answered, "Are there not 12 hours in that day? If anyone walks in the day, he does not stumble because he sees the light of the world. But if one walks in the night, he stumbles because the light is not in him." These things He said, and after that He said to them, "Our friend Lazarus sleeps, but I go that I may wake him up." I just think this is amazing how the facts are Lazarus is dead. But Jesus, He says He's just sleeping. He's seeing it by faith. He's seeing the end from the beginning. And then the disciples said to Him, "Lord, if he's sleeping, he will get well." However, Jesus spoke of his death, but they thought He was speaking about taking a rest in sleep. This really spoke to me. Verse 14, "Then Jesus said to them plainly, 'Lazarus is dead.'" Sometimes we think that God has forgotten the facts and what's going on in the physical, but Jesus was completely aware of the facts. He knew that Lazarus was dead, but He wasn't fazed, He wasn't worried, because He had a heavenly perspective, and He knew that God was faithful, and He knew that God was going to raise Lazarus from the dead. So He was speaking by faith. He's just sleeping. He's just sleeping. Seeing it by faith. And that just really spoke to me, that Jesus has not forgotten. He hasn't forgotten that. He also understands disappointment. He knows that we're disappointed, but He's not fazed or worried, because He sees the end, and we can trust Him. Verse 15, "And I'm glad for your sakes that I was not there, that you may believe. Nevertheless, let us go to him." And then the rest of the story is they went to Him and prayed, and Lazarus was resurrected. But what I really feel is God just wants to speak to disappointment, and just saying, "Hey, I know the facts. I'm not worried. Don't you be worried. It's going to be okay. I see the end from the beginning, and I am a God who is faithful. I finish what I started, and when I've given you a promise, I will bring it to pass. There's nothing that can stop the power of God." So hold on to His promises today. Hold on to them. Don't worry if it feels like it's taking longer than it should. God knows the facts. He knows the timing. He knows everything, and He's still not worried. So don't be either. Bless you so much today, and see you next time.